everyone, it's Doug McGuff with Body by Science, UltimateExerciseStudio.com and drmcguff.com. Today I'd like to talk to you about the nocebo effect. If you guys are like me, you spend a good amount of time on YouTube looking at people's content on training and seeing if you can learn something new. What I found recently is there tends to be a lot of debunking videos out there on YouTube these days. I think a lot of that's been triggered by the fact that John Little has been putting out old Mike Mincer content in the context of a heavy-duty college, where he is representing a lot of the principles first put forth by Mike back in the 1970s. And that is triggered out of the different fitness influencers, videos debunking HIIT and debunking heavy duty. That has in turn resulted in the high intensity camp debunking these other protocols, and even trainers that are friends with each other spar with each other with debunking videos in a good-hearted way. And they are entertaining to watch, but I would advise you to try to limit that or maybe eliminate it altogether. And let me tell you why. Why I don't like to put out debunking videos, and also why I think you should not watch debunking videos. Now, with any meaningful therapeutic intervention, if there's a positive outcome, up to 40% of that outcome can be accounted for by the placebo effect. The mere confidence in the treatment and the belief that the treatment's going to lead to a good outcome contributes up to 40% of a positive therapeutic effect. Well, the reverse of that is also true. So any suggestion that a modality or an intervention is not effective results in something called the nocebo effect. And what we're starting to learn in the scientific literature is that the nocebo effect is even more powerful than the placebo effect. And the reason for that is, from an evolutionary standpoint, we are evolved to respond more intensely to negative stimuli than we are positive stimuli, because responding to a negative input has more survival benefit than responding to a positive input. So the nocebo effect is very powerful. And the actual neuronal pathways for the nocebo effect have actually been mapped out. And a large portion of them exist in the basal ganglia of the brain. And this is an area where a lot of adaptive responses in the brain traverse. So it's almost like putting up a roadblock in the area of the nervous system that's going to mediate or gate whether or not adaptive responses will occur or not. So if you are paying attention, or if you're taking in content from these debunking videos, it can actually undermine the results of your training program. And another reason I really don't want to put out debunking videos, because from my standpoint, I really don't care what training protocol that you have chosen for performing resistance exercise, as long as it's not injurious. So if you're doing Mark Ripeto's 5x5, if you're doing a Renaissance periodization program where you're holding reps in reserve, going to failure occasionally, and periodizing your efforts, fine. Because what I know is, the moment I picked up a weight set that was plastic, cement-filled, Ted Williams weight set, followed the instruction booklet, just performing resistance exercise of any form is the closest thing to a miracle that almost anyone will ever experience. So I don't want to introduce a nocebo effect into anyone that's picking up a weight, and neither should you. But even more importantly, pick a protocol that you want to follow, that you want to experiment with. From an intellectual standpoint, have an understanding as to why you think this is going to work, and then have confidence in it, and then proceed with it. But don't check back, don't look at other people's debunking videos, no matter what protocol you're using. Have confidence in what you're doing and expect the best outcome possible, and by all means avoid the nocebo effect and avoid debunking videos when you can. So, for ultimateexercisestudio.com, drmcguff.com, and the book, Body by Science. That's it for now. You guys go out and do some dope shit in the real world.